everybody. Good morning, good evening, or is it afternoon with you? It's Gladys Seller here again. I've been thinking about what will I talk about today. And there's one subject that is so close to my heart. And out of everything I do, working with spirit is an honour. To give messages from the other side is an honour. It's a privilege. And I really do love that connection. When I hear or feel somebody coming in, I'm sitting here in my room and the room changes and you think, I'm going to get a visitor. And that wonderful spirit walks in. It can be sad, it can be happy. I always say there's never often a happy medium in between. Because you see, spirit just wants us to be happy. Because they're fine. Really, really fine. They miss us as much as we miss them. But you see, the thing is, they're watching over us all the time. And when you put out a thought of a loved one or a pet in spirit, you bring them closer to you. People say that, do I ever shut off from spirit? Yes, I do. When I'm not working and I want to have my time, I do. And I've got to tell you something, this house can be like a Piccadilly circus. With spirit walking in and out all the time, I'll acknowledge them, maybe with a nod or whatever. But in the long run, I need my time as well. And they know that. But I am very privileged to have the gift of what I can do. And when I'm doing a reading, or if it's the Centre of Spiritual Light, which is all an evening with spirit, or if I'm doing my stage work, spirit have come through to speak to you, to give you the knowledge that they're alright, that there is life after death. Oh, I've had a laugh with the spirits that come through. If I could be laughing with tears. Some of them come through with some crackers there, information that you wonder, oh my goodness, And when you're working on stage or working with a lot of people in front of you, you've got to watch what you say. Because they do like letting cats out of bags, And I've been quoted many a time over this years that they've said some weird and wonderful things to me. And I'm thinking, oh my God, do I have to say that? I just say it, they'll say. And I'm sitting going, oh dear. Oh, they've played their tricks on me many a time. And I fall for them all the time. All the time. I'll fall for it. But spirit comes back, and when they do come back, they use a lot of energy to come back. And there's one thing I'm going to tell you about my work. And that's what I call lost babies, about lost babies. And what I mean about lost babies is this: miscarriages or terminating. When you terminate a baby, it's the biggest thing a female will ever do. And I don't class that as a bad thing. Because over the years, I've known many babies that have been terminated, they come back and speak to their mummies. But there's one thing I will never do in a reading. If there's a child come back and I realise it's what I class as a lost baby, I will say to the person, and they may be saying, oh, it wasn't me, it's lost a baby, but my daughter or my sister. And that's as far as I'll take it. Yes, I do believe that people take back messages, and I can say to them, well, you can say the child come through, but at this moment in time I will not speak about the child, because I feel that the parents has the right to know first, if they haven't already known. So what will I say about this child? Oh, they're so funny. They come out with some things and they'll tell you about things like, oh, you're getting a puppy. And I'll say, you're getting a puppy. How do you know that? She's telling me. So I will tell that person who's had the miscarriage or the termination, I will tell them the sex of their child. And remember, we all have two aims. We've all got the name that our parents have given us. But we've alwa's got a name in spirit. So when there's a termination or a lost baby, like a miscarriage, they'll get their spirit name, as I call it. But you can change it. I have a daughter in spirit, a miscarriage, and when I realised that it was definitely a wee girl I had, I says, I want her to be called Beth. Because that is the name she would have gotten if she had come full term and was a babe in my arms. She'd have been named Elizabeth, but to be called Beth. So she is. She's called Beth. Now the amount of times that people come in here and I've got their name and I call them something totally different. I go, that's not my name, but I've picked up on their spirit name. It's quite funny when that happens, because I can never get that spirit name out of my head. So you see, if you've lost a baby, that child's always with you. And always remember one thing. The child will come visiting you. And believe me, I've had so much from spirit children. They know what goes on in the family. They know what goes on in the home. And they're part of you. When it comes Christmas time, birthday times, any celebration, just like anybody else, they're there with you. Now, at Christmas time, I always do something for Beth, and on her birthday in August as well, when she would have been in my baby arms. A lot of people will say to me, I haven't grieved, and you can pick up somebody that's not grieved over a lost baby. They don't know how to do it. A miscarriage is different. Miscarriages and terminations, you've been pregnant, you've had a baby, but you've never seen that baby. So, what do I tell them to do? My advice for somebody like that is this. Go get yourself a balloon. And whenever that baby was due, if it was a due date, if you had a due date and you miscarried, or roughly, you would have known when that baby would have been born here, use that date. Use that month. Take a calendar. And a date on that calendar or diary will jump out at you. Take that date. Use it as the birth date. So, get your balloon. Write a message on that balloon. Tie a message, whatever way you want. Go somewhere special to you. Let it go. If you have to say your goodbyes, you say your goodbyes. But also remember, let the grief out as well. Because Spirit will be listening, and they know that you're hurting. They know how you feel. And all you're doing is acknowledging that child. And the minute you acknowledge that child that you've lost, you'll feel so much better. Yes, you've got to grieve. That's a lot of things. You know, Ken, if you've lost a baby, nobody wants to talk about it. It's like a taboo subject. No, that's no fear on that baby. That's in my personal book. Over the years, Beth's come back to me, and oh my goodness, I now understand why I have boys. I don't think I could have handled a daughter. She's been so mischievous. In the end, I had to get my mum in Spirit. I had to ask her to take control of her. Now, oh my goodness, beautiful young woman. And a very proud mummy I am. So all yous out there that have lost a child, remember, they grow up in Spirit. And also remember this, there will come a time in the future when you will meet that child, and you'll know it's yours because the bond is there. No matter if you miscarried or terminated that pregnancy, that bond is there. So my darlings, just put a thought out. Light a candle, send a balloon. When it's Beth's birthday, I always put a thought out. Christmas time, thoughts out. Anything within the family, there's always a thought goes out. And I know she's gone about. I know she's going to be there. You'll be hurting. Especially when you've got children growing up round about you. You'll never forget. You don't. They're special. But please remember that you will meet them one day. And that bond has never been broken. So I'm going to give blessings to Spirit today. With love and blessings. And healing to those in Spirit that need it. Because they do need that healing as well. I send it all to you. And all to you mummies and daddies that have lost a child. My heart goes out to you. And with love and light and the healing angels towards you, I bless each and every one of you. So for now, I'll say goodbye, and until the next time.